All right, well, I mean, this had to happen eventually, right? So the creator of Squardle contacted me and said, hey, you did a triple weekly. I figured you're gonna wanna try 4. So I gave you some more bonus boards on your login. So here we are. I don't know what's, this is, I don't even know. I can already see this is gonna be insane and chaotic, and I don't know what to expect, but I'm gonna try it. So we've got our tokens going over there. You'll see to the right of me, 0 tokens. So if you're not familiar with Squardle, this probably looks insane. And if you are familiar with Squardle, it still probably looks insane. But if you're not familiar with Squardle, it's like Wordle on a grid, and you're guessing a row and a column at the same time. So like right above me, right there, you'll see, we're gonna guess, you can see the little gray arrows, we're gonna guess a row and a column, then you go to the second row and column, third row and column. And the 8 here is how many bonus guesses, or how many guesses you have left. And if you get all the greens in a word, you get a bonus guess. And that's about it for Squardle. Now, I've been doing a thing where I try to do more than one Squardle. Weekly Squardle is just, there's more words, essentially. There's one a week. And I've been trying to do a thing where I do multiple weekly Squardles at the same time. I did a triple weekly Squardle. Now, it's pretty much impossible to do normally because the idea is I try and guess the same word on all the puzzles. And a triple Squardle, I think, is pretty much impossible normally. So we came up with this token system, which is not something that's built into the game, and I'm just doing it myself. But basically, if I get a bonus guess, I get a token. And then I can spend a token to change the letter so I could guess like store on one puzzle and stare on the other one or something. And it makes it more feasible to get them all finished. So I think I've got everything set up on the screen here. I think I've got all the right puzzles. It's a little, you have to kind of sort of trick it into thinking you've already done puzzles because you can't just choose a specific puzzle. Anyways, I think I've got it all working. I guess we'll see once we guess our first word. But so the one to my left there is the actual weekly Squardle for this week. I believe it's week number 37, and its keyboard is right above there, right above it. And then the second puzzle up there is, so all the other 3 are gonna be bonus ones. That one, its keyboard is to the left of the puzzle, and then the other one, the keyboard is the third one, the keyboard's up there, and then the last one, its keyboard is lower on the right over there. So hopefully that makes sense. Luckily, I have a rather large monitor here that I can open 4 windows in. But yeah, hopefully everything's not too small on the screen for you to be able to see what's going on, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do more than 4 just because there's no way to fit them all on the screen, so. All right, well, let's just go for it. I'm gonna start with store. That's what I usually start with, and I think it's, I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You can't hope for more than, oh, look at this. Look at this. Great start, great start. Okay, okay. Now it's looking more doable, which makes me worried. Because usually it's the other way around. It looks impossible, I feel like I'm gonna fail, and then it all comes together at the end. So I'm a little worried that if it looks possible at the beginning, then I'm gonna be in trouble later. But, okay, there's no O in the second or third puzzle. That's okay, that's okay. We're doing good. So there is O's, you know, I mean, I'm gonna maybe try an O here. There's no O in the second or third puzzle, and there's no O in the third row of the last puzzle, so maybe not. Maybe I'll try it in a different spot. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got an R in this column here. We've got a T, R, and E. Ooh, interesting. T, R, E in the column and T, R, E in the row. And there's a T and an R in this column and row as well. So I definitely want to do, you know, maybe like a T, R would be good. We could do R second right now. I mean, it's not going to help us with the first 2 puzzles. There's also an R here, but it's not, ooh, interesting. So maybe we don't want to do an R second. Maybe we want to do an R third, well. But that's just true for that one. Do we want to guess an R? Do we want to do, the question is, do we want to do an R? Or do we want to just do 5 new letters? I'm kind of thinking about doing 5 new letters and then doing the R at the start of my 3rd guess. But I really like TR as a possibility. We could do R third, and then when we get back to the beginning, we could do something with a TR. I think that's a better way to do it. So let's do champ. I feel like M and P show up more on Squardle than on other puzzles. So I think it's good to check for those letters. Let's do champ. Let's start on the left and work our way across. Champ, ooh, the C, okay. So that's probably scare then. Okay, let's come back to that. Let's make sure we get the word typed in on all the puzzles. Okay, we got an A. Okay, now one good thing about doing 4 of these is you're much more likely to get greens just by random chance, right? So, I like that. This almost has to be scare, right? Like, yeah, it's gotta be scare. So, what do I want to do from there? I don't know, we don't have much otherwise. Now, this third one, we do have both the row and the column have an A. This one, we've got an A in the row and the column. We've got, but not the, ooh, so A here is pretty good, actually. So, but we do want to do an A probably, because we do have a lot of them with A's. But it might be better to do an A like 4th, because this isn't gonna be AA right here. And this isn't gonna be AA either, right, at the beginning over here. And since we know there's an A in the second row and column here, if we guess an A 4th, it'll be these 2 spots, and it'll at least rule out another spot for the A in that second row and column. Same with this one, there's an A in this second row here. So I think A 4th is good. A 4th, I like that. Do we really know anything else? Not much. There's no P in 3 of the grids, and there's no M in 3 of the grids. So it's a good thing we guessed champ, because, you know, yeah. And there's no H in any of them. So champ was kind of a terrible guess in retrospect. Obviously, we didn't know at the time. Now, there is a C in this row, and there's a C in this puzzle. Oh, in this column, in fact. So what do we want to do? We want to do an A 4th. You know, we could do an R at the beginning. We do have this one and these 2 and this one over here that could have R's 3rd as well. We were going to do R 2nd. But R 3rd might be better. And so something like rival, do we want to guess a V? Again, V comes up more often in Squardles, I feel like. Regal might be better. It's still, the problem is it'd be nice to check for an I, but E's are really common. I don't know. This does check for E's in the second row and column and the third row and column. We've already checked the first and the 5th row and column, so this would help us essentially locate all of the E's at this point. Or at least rule out where the E's could be. Not necessarily locate the E's, but rule out a lot of spots for E's. We do have the O in the 3rd row and column over here, though. Do we want to check the O? You know, I'm really close to getting a bonus guess on that first puzzle, so I'm less inclined to focus on that one at this point. I'm going to go with Regal, I think. I think that's... It's not perfect, but it's not terrible. Okay. Regal. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, that's just further pushing the R towards that second position. And same here. So I really like TR. Here, this could be something like, well, it can't be trope, it could be trove. Trove would work. This has a C, A, and E in the column. If it started with R, it could be something like racer, or raced, or races. but not racist. We don't want to do racist. Interesting. So there could be an E here. We've got the orange E's pointing. Not necessarily. Could also have an E over here. Maybe both. Who knows? Ooh, this is interesting because I'm thinking TR and we have the A here. So if it's TR, this has to be a vowel, pretty much for sure. So maybe R at the beginning on this one would be good. And then you could do a G here. But we've got T and R and E. Could it be E? E? We could do, oh, we can't do eagle though because the G can't be third. Okay, well, we're on the fourth one. What do we know about the fourth row and column? There's an A over here. We know very little about the fourth row and column, just things that we don't have. So let's try to do something with a bunch of new letters. We could do something like build. Build would be pretty good. It just repeats the L. Now there's 3 puzzles without an L though. That's the downside there. You know, fines wouldn't be too bad. I, N, and D, and F, all new letters. We do know there's an S in every grid. So S at the end is a good spot. I kind of like that. Let's go with fines. Okay. All right. At least we found it. At least there's an an I in one of the grids. Okay, we got the N's. Good, we got some greens. Okay. All right. We need to start getting some bonus guesses at some point soon. This is RE something A. I didn't see this at all. I should have seen this. This is a G. That's a G. And so what's this gonna be? Retag? Retag maybe? Rebag? And there's an A in the column. It's not gonna be third, it's not second or fourth. It could be first or last. A here would be good. We've got, this would have to be a T. Skate maybe or something? We need to have an E in here. Maybe at the end here or something. I don't know. This second row has a C, E, and A. Okay, we could do serve. Could it be E? The A can't be second or third. It's probably not fourth. We probably don't have TA or something AA here. So the A is probably first or last. Could be EA, G, like eagle, but no, there's no L. Eager? Eager isn't too bad. It's not too bad. Serve. This could be... this is interesting over here. Let's look at the third puzzle, second row. There's an EA and I in the second row here. And I was thinking it might start with R. So if it does, this could be E. EA is pretty good. This could be something like not reach. That was my first thought, but there's no C or H. But across here we've got RE. But how are we going to do an I and an A? That's the tricky part. So the A is not third or fourth. It's not going to be second, I don't think, because of the A here. So the A would probably be at the end. Yeah, I don't think that works. So I guess I'm not thinking R second anymore. So maybe back to the R first again, which I had also considered. And then we could do the... Oh, this can't be an E. I had an E there, but that can't be an E. Then we got the red E here. So I think E here is pretty good. We could do... We still have to have the I. Could the I be here? Or maybe the A is here, but then I still don't like AE. We do I here? IE? That's better. Alien. Oh, there's no L. Adieu? Adieu would work. What do we know about the D? There's a D in the 4th row and column. But other than that, we don't know much about the D. Adieu is pretty good there. This is not as good, the DA here. Unless we have another A, we could do adage. I don't like the E here anymore, though. Adage is pretty good. We have an R and A. We need a T and an E still. This could be like E-T, what would that be? This could be the T. And then we could do something like rated or rater or something, not rates. Interesting, so there's an S in the grid. It's not in the 1st row or column, the last row or column, or the 4th row or column. So it has to be somewhere in this block of 4 letters right here. So it would have to be right there if this is adieu. That would have to be an S. But that seems possible. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this so far. Adieu, rated, or rater might work as well. What's this TIS gonna be, though? Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. But if the S isn't there and it's up here, we've still got S, E, A, and I in that row, and I don't know what that's going to be with the S 2nd or 3rd, but the S has to be in one of these 3. Okay, what if this is something like abide? We do have the orange D here. And this is not adage. The S still has to be here. Oh, but that doesn't fix the TIS problem, does it? But if this isn't I, it can't be A or E either. So what would be between the T and the S if it's not an I? Okay, so maybe this isn't T. Maybe the T is here. TA? TA... What? M? Tamed? This could be something like Missy. No, we can't have another S. Misty? Misty's not too bad there. Okay, I think, okay, we're on the last row and column. We're not going to figure out what these words are at this point. So... Interesting, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 8 words, that last row and column, that start with E. And the other 3 have an E in them for sure. So it would definitely be good to do another E somewhere. I like eager here a lot. I'm tempted to just guess eager and hope for a bonus guess. I definitely want to do another E. There's R's in all of the grids, so ER is certainly possible in several of them. It would be good to do a Y, just because Y in the bottom right is often good, but... Oh, but we don't want to do eager because we don't want to do the E, because we've already got the E there. We don't want to do logger, because there's no L's in most of them. Wager? We haven't done a W yet. I like that. I like wager. I think we have a decent chance of getting eager there, which would get us a bonus guess. We have quite a few of those second rows and columns with A's. We know there's a G. Oh, this can't be Misty. There's a G. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. There's got to be an S somewhere in there. Maybe the S is in this first row, but with E, A, and I don't know. All right. Still, we've got G in the row and the column there. There's a G in the third row here, G in the third row here. I think that's really good. Let's do wager. Let's start on the left and work our way across. Got the ER, very nice. Oh, it's not eager, but it is the GE. Oh, what's it gonna be then? It's not edged or ED is pretty good. Okay. Well, let's do wager. Well, that's interesting. Look at that. All right. Very interesting. I don't know what to think about all that. Okay. Let's do wager over here. Okay. So that was really good. Even though it wasn't what we were expecting, it was really good. Okay, so what do we know now? We know, let's see, we've ruled out more spots for A's. There's still an A in here. There's an E in this second column, which could be down here. Something like a base if that was a B. Oh, this could be a side. A side would work. The S could be up there instead of a bide. I don't know what this would be, but that could be a side. I think that would work because we have to have an S in one of those. A side and this isn't necessarily an E, but but that doesn't work, does it? But this isn't necessarily an A up here. We don't necessarily know we have an A up there. This could be timed. That's not much better, is it? There's not really a good reason to think that's an M either, though. Could this be a U? We could do usage. This isn't necessarily a D. TU, we need to have an R though. Ooh, the R has to be here though then. Tuner, look, we've got an N in the column. Tuner, the G would have to be here. Ooh, that's interesting with the double G. Now that's possible. Is this, what would this be? Nope, I don't like that. I don't like the NI with the G. It was really good too. And if it's NI, then the G has to be here. Otherwise, the G probably has to be up here. You know, we could do something like tiger, but then we're back to this problem. I don't know. I'm not, it's not coming together there for me. Oh, we got a yellow W over here. I'm thinking wrote, actually. I'll get this figured out eventually. Wrote, WR is really good. Now this one though, if it's WR this way, oh, we have the red W here too. See, I think it's gonna be wrote, because we have the T and the R. Yeah. WR, yeah. Raced works. WR, this needs to have an S and a T. Wrist. Wrist is good. Wrist is really good there. This is not TD though. Racer, we could do TR. Racer, this could be sense, icing, onion. No, not onion. It can't be opine. Oh, what's this gonna be? We need an E. The E would be down here. Ovine. Ovine. Rave, tense, raved, and edge, and treed and edged. I was thinking edged over here. Well, it could be both places, really. I really like that for that fourth puzzle. What's going on over here? Let's look at this one. So, could this be like enter maybe? Or ender? And it could do the same over here. One of them could be enter and one could be ender maybe, something like that. This could be the T. We could do about. This could be a D. That's pretty good. I like that. Ooh, what's this gonna be though? We need an A. This could be an A. Oh, this could be, ooh, I was gonna say table. That's LE. Yeah, I don't think about, it doesn't quite work. Oh, there's an L in the word. Look at that, there's an L. We have an O and an L, so A. This could be Talon, Ender, or Enter, either way. And this could be Allowed. Allowed, Ender, Enter, Talon. Now this is ST something. Now we don't have, we could do an A up here. That's pretty good. Stave, stale. Can't be stare. Stale is better than stave, probably, but they're both possible. This could be about, and rogue, and cabin. No, there's no I. Oh. Cabon? Is that a thing? Lounge? I don't know if I like that. Oh man, it's so close to working. This could be an L and we could do cabal. Oh, we do need to have an A in this word, don't we? Cabal, but then Oh, no, this is, yeah, we do G and G. There we go, rouge and gauge and stage. Okay, those are all really good. Okay, so two of the puzzles I have possible answers figured out. Now, they're not necessarily right. Interesting. So what do we do? The problem is we're running out of guesses fast. We've got to get some bonus guesses and some tokens that we have to use cleverly. So here's a problem on the second puzzle. If this is a K, and there's no reason to think that's a K necessarily. I had skate across there. But if this is a K, and we need to have a P in that word as well. Something like keeps, maybe. But no, you can't have an S at the end. So, this could be a P, maybe. Spate, I think that's a thing. And then in the middle here, we've got C, E, and A. I don't think any of them are going to be over here. I think this has got to be a D, doesn't it, between the E and the G? Could have another G. Could have something like egged. Here's a problem. Yeah. Let's look at this second row. This is not going to be served because let's look at the A in the second row. It's not last here, right? Because of the yellow. It's not, you're not going to have AA right there. I mean, it is possible. Possible but unlikely. It's not third. It can't be second because of the yellow A here. So I'm thinking this is actually an A, which then means this is what? Something like Sarge, maybe? I think it would almost have to be. So then if this is A first, the C, we have to have a C. It's not first or second because we have the white C. C here would be good if we have ACT. We could do another E, something like acted. We could do ended. That's not too bad. Preen. Arc is good. Arced, edged, geese, and tease. Okay. Those are all possible. All right. Okay. So we still don't know what's going on over here, though. This can't be IS. So what if the S isn't there? What if the S... Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Let's just get rid of all of it. Let's start fresh on this one because we know there's an S in one of these three. For sure. We know there's a T, R, and E at the top here. If... If it's T or R here. Now, let's go back. Can we have T, R like this? We thought about that. With E here. What was the problem with that? I don't know. I don't know why I got rid of that. We need E, A, and I in here is the problem. How do you get an A and an I in there still? Yeah, that's the problem with that. So this isn't E. Could this be I? I there. Don't really like that either. So that leads us away from the R here. Now, if it's T and it's not an R, I think it's got to be a vowel. If it's a vowel, this is probably not a vowel because we probably don't have 3 vowels in a row. So this is probably a consonant, but we need to have E, A, and I in this word. And the A can't be third, fourth, or fifth. Or so, okay, this is A, I think. Okay, because look, we've got A, the yellow A here. It's not going to be AA. This is going to be an A here. If it starts with T, that puts the R down here, which does work with the orange R. So that's possible. Something like taper, there's no P. I don't know. Now, this one could still be R. This could still be R, but now we've got a problem with... I don't like that. So could this be... This one could also be R over here, though. We could have R's at the ends of both of those. And then this could be... Right, but again, we need to use the S. And if this is an S, what do we do up here? Because it can't be A, it could be E, but ESA? I don't like that. ESA. And it can't be O. Now we're back to U again. Can it be U? This would probably be E. We would have something like tuner or tuber, maybe? And then this would be an I. This would have to be a G. Could we do bilge? No, there's no L. Binge. Ooh, does that work? Binge, but we were thinking usage here, which we could have a double G. That is possible. An E here, something like egged. Egged would work. That's not too bad. This could be a G. We've got ANG. This is looking better. And what would be across here, though? M. Some like mangy, maybe? I don't really like the YD though. This could be a side. We might have edged or edger again. Could we have edged in 3 of them? We could with reedy. This would be, oh, well, this can't also be reedy. We could have the same word in more than one puzzle, but not in the same word, and not in the same puzzle. Could this be, oh, this needs an, manga and reedy that way, or reads? Read, no, they can't have an S. Is reedy with an A word? Maybe. Those might, oh, ready. It's ready. It's pronounced ready. Okay, well, I mean, there we go. We solved them all. Okay, we're done. All right, so thanks for watching. All right, that was the easy part, actually. Believe it or not, all of that was the easy part. Now the hard part is trying to solve them without running out of guesses. So, what do we want to guess? Well, we've got 3, we're on the first row and column. We have 3 of them with an A in the 3rd spot. We have 2 of them with a G 4th. We have 2 with a T 4th. We have 2 with an E 4th. I'm kind of thinking T first, R second, A third might be good. And if we're doing the A third, we'll get a bonus guess on the far left puzzle. Could we do, isn't this a word? I feel like I've seen that word. I don't know what it means. I feel like maybe somebody suggests, oh no, never mind. Well, we can still try it. I know what it is, never mind. I've been learning Spanish, and that's a Spanish word, traer. I was like, I know I've seen that. Where's that a word? Because that would get the ER for both of these. I doubt that's gonna be acceptable, but we can try it. Yeah, okay. That's too bad. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I am gonna do wrath. Now, the reason I'm gonna do wrath is it's gonna get us the A's over here, and we'll get a bonus guess. It will also get us the AT here, so we'll be close to a bonus guess. We'll only need the P. It's not gonna do anything for us on this puzzle. This one, it's gonna give us a bonus guess though, because we got the W, R, and the T here. So we'll get a bonus guess on 2 puzzles. I think that's pretty good. That's about as good as we're gonna be able to get now. Yeah, I was gonna say, could we spend some tokens and somehow get the P here, but I don't think we can. All right, let's do Wrath. Right, which gets us a bonus guess, awesome. So we'll add 1 to our tokens. Very nice, okay. Wrath across here, good, we got the AT, that's what we were expecting. Very good, Wrath here, we're not expecting to get anything, but hopefully none of the clues will, you know, mess up what we've got planned. Let's see, we didn't have T's anywhere there, the R. Yeah, I don't think that does anything to any of the words we thought were going on there. It does eliminate another spot for the T and the R, so it just further confirms what we were thinking, actually. Yep, and then we need to do Wrath here, which will get us a bonus guess. Very nice. Now, did we have, and we had the R there? Did we already have, we might have already had that R. I can't even remember now, but good, and nothing causes any problems with what we were thinking about doing there. Good, good, good. Yep, so I think it's looking good. It's looking good. So we need to add 1 more token. All right, now what do we want to guess next? So we're on that second row and column. We've got, what do we have in common? We've got E's 4th on these 2 words and these 2 words. We definitely want to do the E 4th. Definitely want to do the E 4th. We've got ED in 2 places. We've got N in 2 of them. We've got E in 2 places for the 5th letter. 2 of them have A second. We do have 2 with C's second, a bunch with E's fourth. We've got this P up here, which will get us a bonus guess if we get the P. So we could do something like either pacer or paste. Which one do we want to do? There's 2 with D's and only 1 with an R. So let's do paste. Now we could use a bonus guess to change one of them to an R, but that one, but if we do R, we get a bonus guess here though. If we do pacer, we get a bonus guess on the far right puzzle. So part of the problem is, after this one, so we're going to get a bonus guess on the second puzzle. We're sitting okay for right now on the first and the fourth. After this guess, if we guess pacer, we will be down to 1 guess on the third puzzle. So we will have to get a bonus guess on our next guess. We will have to do like binge or manga. And the second puzzle, we're going to get a bonus guess, right, with the P. But that's just going to keep us at 2. So we'll go down to 1 after that if we do binge. All we need is the T, though, on our next guess to get a bonus guess on that second one. All right, well, I don't know that there's much we can do because we can't easily change a letter or two to get something here from pacer. I think pacer is the way to go. It gets us a bonus guess on the second and the fourth puzzle. But then the first and second will both be at 2. All right, well, let's just go for it. I don't know. There's only so much we can do, and I think that's as good as we can do on this one. Nice, bonus guess there. Let's add 1 to our tokens. Did we didn't guess it here yet, right? We did. We did, because the P, we did it here. I almost guessed. Okay, we're on the third one. Yeah. We got the bonus guess there. Okay. I almost typed it into the same puzzle again. As expected, doing 4 of these at one time is kind of making my brain break, and yeah. So that's third puzzle is the one that's the problem right now. Okay, we're up to 4 tokens. So I mean, we could do essentially 2 completely different words just about at this point. All right, we're on the third one. So we have to do either binge or manga or something with the MNGA, which I think has to be manga. I don't think there's another word. No. Allowed, about, so the OU would be awesome here. We only need a T on the second puzzle to get a bonus guess. The third one, we could do the 2 I's, but we can't do that second I and the T. Okay, if we do manga, we'll get a bonus guess there. We can use just 2 tokens to change to matza to get the T here. Or we could use 3 tokens and get TED, which would be even better. And we could get the D here then. We could do mated. We could do manga and mated. I don't know. We're getting really close to running out of guesses on some of these. I'm going to go ahead and do manga here. Okay, which gets us a bonus guess. So we have another token. It's good. We're going to need those. So if I change it to mated, I'll use 3 tokens, but we'll get 2 more bonus guesses here, which would be really nice. Okay, so let's do mated. We'll use 3 tokens. That should get us 2 bonus guesses. So we're going to use 3. We gain 2, so I'm going to subtract 1. That's how math works. Now we're at 3 here. We're at 3 over here. We need to do a guess over here, though. Now we can do manga or mated, or we could use tokens to change it again. Don't feel like there's any good way to change it. You'd have to change quite a bit, I think. All right, so let's do manga over here. It doesn't really matter. We'll do manga over here. No, let's do mated, because we do have, it's not going to get us any letters, but we do have the T and the D here, so it'll kind of at least confirm that that's possible. Oh no, we got the D. Oh, we did get, yeah, good thing we did. I was thinking the T is in the wrong spot, but the D is in the right spot. Okay. Like I said, breaking my brain. Okay, so now all we need on this one is a G to get a bonus guess. So we only need the G here. We could do the G, it'll get us, G is good here for geese as well. If we could do the G and the S, that would be huge for the second puzzle. Now, the first and the third are the ones we have to get bonus guesses on this time. Unfortunately, in order to get a bonus guess on the third puzzle, we have to do the E first. And in order to get a bonus guess on the left puzzle, we have to do the G first. So we're going to have to do 2 different words there. We're going to have to use some tokens. So maybe we just do like egged. And then we spend all of our tokens, or well, not all of our tokens. How many tokens do we have? We've only got 4? Oh, we've only got 4? Did we get another one? I didn't give myself credit for it? Oh, I can't remember now. No, that's right, because we used 3 to change to mated, and then we got 2, and then we didn't get anything from the others. So yeah, we've only got 4. But once we guess a word, we will get a token. So that will let us change all 5 letters if we need to do another word, which we will need to. Well, not necessarily. Yeah, we'll have to. Because we don't actually have to get the G. Now, if we do gauge, the good thing is it'll get us 2 bonus guesses on that first puzzle there. Is there any chance of getting... Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, we're gonna do... Should we do edged or egged is the question. Either one works. I'm not sure if one is better than the other. I think I'm going to do egged. Yeah, I'm going to do egged because then we'll have 2 letters in each of the columns. Well, more than that in the one column, but egged. Awesome. So we get a bonus guess. That takes us up to 5. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend all 5 tokens. I'm going to change egged to gauge, which will get us 2 more bonus guesses on the first puzzle and 2 more tokens. So that takes us down to 2 because we used all 5 and we gained 2. And then I'm going to spend both of those to change gauge to Gauss, or Gauss, because that's going to get us 2 bonus guesses here, the G and the S, plus, so we'll have geese and T's. Right? Is there any chance geese isn't right? Sarge was the one that I was a little bit hesitant on. But it has an S. Yeah, because T's, it has to be the S, geese. Yeah, it's got to be geese. So if we change gauge to Gauss, we'll get geese. We'll get 2 bonus guesses on the second puzzle. We will also get a bonus guess on this third puzzle with the S there. So let's do that. We're going to do Gauss. We're changing the GE to an SS. Good, which gets us 2 bonus guesses there. So we used 2, but we gained 2. So we just stay at 2. And then I think I'm going to do the same thing here. I don't think S-A-U-S-E is a word. If it is, I'm doing that. I'm going to use one token to do that. If not, then yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. So we'll just stick with Gauss. There we go. Okay, so we're at 2. So we're hanging in there just by our fingertips. So we got another bonus guess. Let's make sure we give ourselves credit for that. We got tenths there. So the third one has to get a bonus guess on this guess. And if we do the REEY, we will get 2 bonus guesses on this one, actually. So that's really good. And really, theoretically, we wouldn't have to get any bonus guesses on the other puzzles. So we're definitely doing Reedy. And there's no reason, I was going to say, is there something we could do besides the D? But there's no reason to do something different because we've already got the 4th letter on all the other puzzles. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do Reedy. Good. That gets us 2 more bonus guesses. I can't believe this is working. Now, do we want to change? We could change, because look, we've got 2 of them with D and D. So if we do a D second and a D fifth, we'll get a bonus guess on each of those. We also have 2 with N second. But if we're doing D second on this one, we can't also do N second. So what could we change Reedy to that would have a D second and a D last without using too many tokens? That's the question. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to do it without spending 5 tokens. We've got 5 tokens. Did I give myself... No, I can't remember if I gave myself the tokens. For Reedy, did I give myself 2 tokens just now? I think I did, because it went from 3 to 5. If I hit undo, it goes back to 3. And over here, we only got... one with tens. Did I add 1? Yeah, because I used 2 and gained 2, so that left it at 2. I got 1 here, which went 3. This takes us to 5. I think I did. Okay. Do I want to spend all 5 and get... But I mean, I'll spend all 5, but I'll get 2 more tokens back right away. And I'll be really close to finishing the second puzzle. Although I'm already really close to finishing the second puzzle. And I've got 4 guesses left there. So do I need to worry about the guesses? Okay, if I don't do that, then the one on the right will be at 1. The one on the left, the puzzle 1 and 4 will both be down to 1, and I will have to get bonus guesses on the next guess. And the puzzle 1 is going to be down to 1 no matter what. So I think I'm going to go ahead and spend them. I'm going to spend all 5, and I'm just going to do edged, I guess, because there aren't very many things that have a D second and fifth, and there's no way we can do a T third or an E third or a T first with any of those. So we'll go ahead and spend all 5 of them. We're going to do edged. Okay, we're going to get a bonus guess back. So there's 1. And we're going to do edged over here. Get another bonus guess. Good. And then this one, I mean, we could do Reedy or edged. It's not going to really make any difference either way. Not that I can see anyways. So let's go ahead and do edged. Okay. Now we're at 2 and 2 and 4 and 1. So we have to get a bonus guess on this one. Now, interestingly, what's happened now is since we already finished stage and scare, we're on the second row and column on puzzle 1, but the first row and column on the left. And we only need the A in puzzle 2 to get a bonus guess. And that'll get us an A. So if we could do TA, we'll get a bonus guess on the second and the third puzzle. So we could do Talon. We could do Talon, which would get us 2 bonus guesses on puzzle 1, a bonus guess on puzzle 2, a bonus guess on puzzle 3. It's not going to help us with puzzle 4. But we could potentially do... we have to get the IST to get a bonus guess here, which gets us 2 bonus guesses if we do, because the... Actually, if we get the S, we get a bonus guess. But we could spend 4 tokens and do twist, because we'll already have the T from Talon. We could spend 4 tokens and do twist, which would get us 2 bonus guesses there. All right, so let's do Talon. I think that's really good. That gets us 2 bonus guesses there, so we're up to 4 tokens. Talon here will get us a bonus guess. Very nice. I think we're actually going to succeed in this. Talon, is there any reason to do... I mean, if we did the T, but we're still not going to get another bonus guess there anyway. So let's just go with Talon, get the 1 bonus guess. Takes us up to 6. Now, we can do 4 of them and do twist. We could just maybe do less and get the S. But we've got 6. Let's go ahead and spend 4 of them, so we're down to 2. And we can do twist. We'll keep the T and change the other 4, which would get us 2 bonus guesses there. So now we're back up to 4 tokens. And we're getting really close to finishing this now. So the second puzzle, all we need is the R and the N. If we do the R or the N, we'll get a bonus guess. If we do both, we finish the puzzle. If we do... now, interestingly, on the first and the fourth puzzle, we're on the third now. Third column and row. And the second and third puzzle, we're on the second column and row. So, we can do just the V, or no, just the I on the fourth puzzle and get a bonus guess. And if we do the, right, so we want to do an I third. So if we do a side, what does that do for us? That does 2 bonus guesses here. It gets us a bonus guess. Ooh, we're really close to getting all of them. Actually, if we do, yeah, if we do a side, we get 2 bonus guesses on the fourth puzzle, 2 bonus guesses on the third puzzle. Let's do that, at least do that, and then we'll figure out what we want to do on the first and second. So we'll do a side, which gets us 2 bonus guesses there. It takes us up to 6. We'll do a side here, which will get us 2 more bonus guesses. Take us up to 8 tokens. Very nice. We're actually going to succeed, aren't we? All right, now here, we could just do a side on both of these, but we've got 8 tokens. Let's go ahead and change our word. If we do the R and the, yeah, we could do something like brown, which would get us the O here and the R and the N there. Yeah, so let's just use 5 of them. And so we'll go down to 3, and we'll go ahead and do brown. No, let's do grown. R-O-A-N. We're going to do grown here, which will finish it off and get us, we get 1 bonus guess officially. We actually finished more words than that, but because of how the thing works, it does a little bit differently. That's okay. So we'll take the 1 token. Now we're going to do, we did grown, we're going to spend 1 token and change it to groat, which will get us, I believe, 2 more bonus guesses. So it takes us up to 5. There we go. And now, I mean, we're sitting really good now. Look at this. We got 3, 3, and 4. We need to do, it's the B and the L here. It's the U and the B. Oh, look at that. The B's match up. The B's match up because we're doing different rows and columns. It's almost like I planned it that way. I did not. So we need U, B, and L. Tubal. That'll finish that one, get us a bonus guess. So that's 6, and then we can do Tubal here. And that'll finish that one off and get us a bonus guess. And now we could do Tubal, and then do we want to, let's use a token and change that. What do we want to change it to? All right, let's use 2 tokens. And we'll change it from Tubal to rival. There we go. All right. Quadruple weekly Squardle completed. I had 5 tokens left. I could still change an entire word. That was pretty cool. That was insane. I don't know how I could possibly fit more puzzles on the screen, or how I would even fit more puzzles on my screen to do it. But there we go. Let me close these little windows. Let's look at the words. So, interestingly, we had edged, edged, and edged. We had reedy and ready, not another form of reedy. All right, scare, talent, about, gauge, elder, stage, cabal, allowed, rouge, enter, spate, arced, retag, geese, ended, sarge, preen, acted, tease, and edged, tamer, usage, binge, edged, and ready, tuber, aside, manga, egged, and reedy. Some interesting words there. Wrote, raved, icing, sense, treed, wrist, racer, ovine, tense, and edged. We didn't have a Z, X, or Q on any of the puzzles. We didn't have a K on any of the puzzles, or a J. So Z, X, Q, J, and K we did not use on any of the puzzles, which is really interesting. And then obviously there was the black letters that weren't on some of the puzzles, but yeah. Very interesting. So yeah, there was no F or H on any of them either. Yep. So, all right, well, there you go. That actually, I mean, it was not easy, but it wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. It's just like usual. There was this middle point where it felt like I was teetering on the edge of failure, and I just sort of leaned the right way and managed to save it. Very cool. So anyways, let me know what you thought of this. And if you want to have other weekly boards to do, I know if you go sign up for the Squardle Patreon, you get bonus weekly boards. So pretty fun. All right. So let me know what words you thought were the hardest. If you thought I should have done something differently, if I miscounted on my tokens or something, I'm sure that wouldn't surprise me. I've done that before. And let me know how you did with this weekly Squardle, which was the one right over here. And be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with some more puzzles. Got a rotten string of bad luck ahead of me now. That is, if you believe in any of these various superstitions. Oh, okay. Well, that was really good. On the left. Awesome. Ballet over here. Okay, it is L and T, just like I was thinking. Now, alphabet. Alphabet. There we go. That's a good one.